Hey, what's good, guys? It's your boy G-Mongus TV, back with a brand new video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, I am bringing you BMF episode number 9, and this is season 2. So, you know how we do on this channel. I give you guys the recap, and I give you guys a review at the end. So, let's get straight to it. So, the episode starts off with Meech and T. They're talking, and T wants to take B Mickey out because, of course, he doesn't trust B Mickey because, of course, B Mickey snitched. So, of course, you know, your boy Meech is not with it. So, Detective Brian calls Meech and was like, "You didn't know it was a good idea doing that to my son, breaking into my house?" And Meech was like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. So after that, the boys, they head to the Freaknik in Atlanta. Oh man, I wish I was around for those times. So they get there. So one of the guys named Shane from the PA crew was very disrespectful to one of the females. So Meech was just not having that. Because of course, it's a nice big party. It's females everywhere. Everybody trying to smash. Everybody trying to smoke their weed, have a good time. It's a big party. So Meech just wasn't with it. So he ends up checking the guys. So after he checked the guy, Remy gets really pissed off and was about to handle the guy too. But Meech was like, no, he'll take care of it. So what he ends up doing is he ends up kicking Shane out of the crew. He basically just says, yo, you shouldn't be doing that to a woman. And also, if you get arrested, you get caught, you're going to snitch on all of us. Which is definitely a good point. So Detective Brian, he buys a new safe to have the gun and all the evidence. So the son tells him he does not feel safe inside the house. So basically Brian is just like, yo, suck it up, man up, you'll be just fine. But of course the son does not listen. Later on, he ends up going to the precinct when he talks to Detective Jin and basically tells him how he doesn't feel safe and how his dad just bought a new safe. So Lamar ends up violating his cousin, which is really messed up because the cousin, from the time he got out of that hospital, the cousin held him down. Basically, the cousin was just like, yo, I'm not making no money off of you. You're not paying me for nothing. I just cremated your dog. Like, he's just annoyed. But at the same time, he's watching TV. He's having fun. So Lamar just ends up breaking the TV and tells him to say something else. So later on, Lamar gave $30,000 for Zoe's college fund and he buys Monique a ring. So she's just like, wow, she cannot believe it because of course she's trying to take this guy out. She's trying to set him up. So she just couldn't believe it and it's making her more hesitant to actually take him out. So Meech, T, and B Mackie, they meet up with Goldie, and Meech needs her help to clean some money in her club, but she just wasn't with it. She did say she was going to introduce them to Steph, who is a realtor and who used to strip for her. So Big Mackie, he's talking, basically downplaying the girl, and she just basically schooled his ass to say, hey, I'm letting them use their mind and they buy to get what they want. It's more than just using the mind. So Meech sees Goldie's sister coming out the bathroom and she looks scary and she looks very crack-ish. So it turns out that she's dying from AIDS and Goldie is taking care of her. So Meech and T, they meet up with Ty Washington and they need help getting things together out there in Atlanta. So T asked him if he could get someone to take B Mackie out, which he did behind Meech's back. So they introduced his wife, Diana, which is played by Young Miami. Oh man, her acting in this is so terrible, and I'm going to get to that later on. But he introduces her, and they just seem to be like one nice, beautiful little couple. So Lucille, she tells Charles that she'll be going out with Pastor Snoop, and Charles is tight. Very, very tight, of course. Asks her what time she's coming back. She says, don't even worry about it. So they finally go out to dinner and she tells him about the affair and how basically every man in her life hurt her. So he then puts his hand on her knee and says she needs to be covered. She ends up taking his hands off of her knee and says she doesn't need that, she needs counseling. So your boy Pastor Snoops, he gets low-key tight and ends up sending the bill back and tells them to split it. You know he's tight, but he did it so smooth and so funny, it's hilarious. So Jin and Brian, they end up around again. Later on, she snoops around while he's asleep. And notice that there's a wristband that B Mackie was wearing when he went to go see his mother in the hospital. Monique pulls out crack to get your boy Lamar to smoke, but he just starts playing around with it. He's just like, oh, well, why you don't take a hit? So he basically forces her to take a hit, which is something she does not want to do because crack, she's basically trying to get him up. She's really trying to damage your boy Lamar, and he just does not fall for it. So right away, he knew what was going on. He basically tells her, yo, I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. Why would you get Meech to do this? Like, why would you do this? Why would you fall for the trap? So they end up getting into a fight and a crazy tussle. So I gotta give Monique her props, because she actually was fighting with everything she had. Like, she put on a fight for this. She even took Blackie's ashes and hit him in the head with it. It was actually a funny scene, but it was a sad scene because he ends up strangling her to death. The thing that's so crazy about it was, you can tell he's pissed off, like, damn, why the f did I do that? Because of course, even though that's not really his daughter, she's still considered his baby mama. She's still considered someone that he loves, and she loved him, so he's tight. He's really mad that he ended up killing her. So after that, he calls his cousin, who comes over and is just like, okay, well, I'll help you cremate her. But you can tell he's just like, yo, you f***ed up. So after that, Zoe calls to speak to her mom. Lamar picks up the phone like an idiot. So she knows something is wrong, the fact that he picked up. So he just lies and says that she's in the shower. He then tells her that he loves her, and she doesn't say she loves him back. So Meech sees that Ty Washington's chain is fake, and it turns out that he's wearing it because his son got it for him. So after that, Meech invites him to Magic City. So Jin confronts Brian, and he tells her exactly what was going on with B. Mickey and his mom. So then after that, he tells her from now on that he will let her know every single thing that's going on. And I really feel like that is going to be Detective Brian's downfall. I feel like she's going to snitch on him. I feel like something bad is going to happen with this Jin character. So B. Mickey and Meech, they run into a guy named Dice. And B. Mickey is kind of a little suspicious about him. Not really feeling this character, Dice. So the side chick, Mabel, she goes to Lucille's house to drop off the skillet. So Lucille confides in her and just basically says how Charles cheated. She's really thinking that she has a friend and everything. She starts crying. So as she's crying, Mabel, she takes out her purse and then she's like giving her some tissue. But the matches from the hotel that she was smashing Charles in falls out. And right away, Lucille knew what it was because she seen the matches and it had the hotel logo on it. So right after that, she just starts raising hell. So she takes the skillet, and you thinking that she's about to knock her out with that skillet, like start beating the shit out of her with it, but she does not do it. She just threatens her, yell at her, she calls her dry, she basically shits on her. And Mabel is shook up, scared to death. But Lucille doesn't do anything, she just runs her outside of the house. Right after that, she ends up breaking your boy Charles's guitar. So he comes downstairs and he just tells her like, hey, I love you. And then she just looks at him and just says, yo, all the love I had for you, I lost all of it. Basically, how the f you gonna f somebody inside of the church? Like, come on. So T pays a hitman to take your boy B. Mickey out. So the thing that's crazy about it, B. Mickey sees them talking at Magic City. So he's already suspicious. He already sees that something is going on. So while in Magic City, Katina introduces her friend Dealer to Meech, which she dances to pay off her tuition. Meech gives her some money and ends up smashing her. It's a really crazy scene because it's a nice little sex scene, glow in the dark type of shit. And it's funny because you see Big Meech's, you know what. They showed his and they showed a condom with inside of it, which I found to be very interesting. I'm like, wow. So she tells him that, yo, you are definitely Big Meech. So Goldie introduces Meech to the realtor, tells him about her sister who is dying about AIDS. I feel like something's gonna go down with Meech and this realtor. I can see something popping off with them. So Remy sees Meech and T, and he is pissed off that they are there because he knows that they're trying to set up shop out there. So the hitman, which is really stupid, is one of the dumbest scenes I've ever seen in a show, movie, anything, period. He basically tries to kill Big Mackie, but he doesn't do it in a clever way, sneaky way, or anything. He just looks very obvious. So a whole shootout happened with them and the crews. It's a big freaking mess. The thing that's sad about it, your boy T. Washington ends up getting shot and ends up dying. The thing that was crazy about this scene was Meech just looked very sad that T. Washington died, because even though he's in the drug game, he definitely was a positive guy. So Meech just looks hurt by this. Like, he wants to stay with him, but of course can't stay with him because the police is coming. So later on, Meech goes to Washington's wife. He's gonna tell her what happened. He has a fake chain that he wore. And the thing that's so crazy is Young Miami, which is playing the wife, her acting was so terrible. She just basically just goes like, where's my husband? And like right away she knows what's going on, so she just slaps the shit out of Meech and tells him she wants whoever did this to them to pay. But the scene was so oh my god. I'm gonna see if I can insert a clip, but it was a scene. I could not believe it. So Big Mackie pulls out the strap on T and tells him that he knows that he ordered the hit. So of course your boy T denies it. So right after that, your boy Meech pulls out a strap on Big Mackie. So Big Mackie's also like, yo, I'll die for Meech. You know, he's loyal to Meech, but this T shit, he gotta do what he gotta do. So Meech tells him, you're not gonna do that. So T keeps telling Meech, yo, just shoot this, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. So it's a long pause and Meech just has like a little outburst, and he said that he doesn't want to lose another brother and he's basically gonna let this rock. And they made the decision that they're gonna actually take out Detective Brian. So T then gets the call that Boom is arrested, and now he is paranoid as hell because of course, you know, the detective has the pictures of him with Makisha, and they took K9's plug, so you know that he is shook and paranoid, and of course, you know, the detective, they're going to use that to the best of their advantage. So that's how the episode ended. So guys, that was a crazy episode, and I cannot wait to see how the season finale is going to go. I would give this episode a solid 9. Things I like about this episode, I start off with your boy Lamar. The fact that your boy Lamar ended up killing his girl, oh man. Was not expecting that. The person that plays Monique does so much freaking interviews and talks about the show. The way she talks about the show is like she's going to be on the show forever, like until it finishes. But no, they killed her off very, very early. I was not expecting that. And I love the fact that even though he killed her, you could see the remorse. Like he felt really, really bad. But at the same time, she deserved the shit. Like, why would you try to mess this man's life up like that? It's like, if you're gonna kill him, but you're gonna really turn him into a crackhead? Like, wasn't feeling that. I love the fact that he picked it up. Like, yo, this is really trying to get me messed up. Like, this is not a situation where you just seem legit. What I did not like about this episode, I gotta get straight to this one, Young Miami's acting. That was terrible. She didn't really have much lines and she still managed to mess it up like that. Like, you couldn't even like do, I mean, I understand it's hard to fake cry, but it's just like, yo, really? You gotta be kidding me right now. That was like the, I'm sorry, like, I used to think Lala's acting was bad and she got better. Shout out to Lala, her acting got way better. For you guys to know who Lala is, Lala, she plays Makisha on the show. But her acting in Power used to be terrible, but she got better and better and better. It's like she grew over the years. But Young Miami, damn, you need to go to acting school. Like, that shit was terrible. But going back to the good stuff, I love the fact that Pastor Snoop really showed how much of a scumbag he is. Like, he's been showing his whole damn season. First he put out the gun, which I understand, you try to protect the church, but what is a pastor doing with a freaking gun? That's crazy. But the fact that you really did that scumbag where you put your hand on the girl's knee, that was fucked up. But I love the fact that when he said that he's not gonna get none, he said, yo, take that bill back and split that in two. Like, I love that. That whole Pastor Snoop, like the way they wrote his character, I'm really curious to know what they're gonna do with his character. I love that they showed back in the day in ATL. Like, even though it wasn't a lot, they definitely showed something to where I was like, damn. I don't know, man. It just really brought me back to that time because I really wanted to be around for that. But of course, I'm too young. I probably wasn't even born yet. So guys, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about tonight's episode. Make sure you hit the notification bells as I'm posting every single week. Stay tuned for the season finale. It's gonna be a banger. I can feel it. Love you guys. Thank you guys. It's your boy G Marcus TV signing off.
Got it. That's a wrap.